up, JP Nation? It's your boy JP. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel where we do basketball reaction videos and other basketball content. If you love the game of basketball like I do, make sure you subscribe down below. This is JP for more content and reaction videos, and click the notification bell. You know our next upload is on the road to 40K. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be reacting to the best Larry Bird versus LeBron James story ever told by Prime Larry Bird. Shout out to Prime Larry Bird for the video. Who is the greatest small forward of all time? Who's the better small forward? Is it Larry Bird or is it LeBron James? You know, it's always been a debate for years, you know, with LeBron, with the recency bias and kind of building up his resume too as well. It's like, who is the better small forward of the two? Who's the greatest small forward? Please let me know in the comments below and tell me if you think Larry Bird is the greatest small forward of all time or LeBron James is the greatest small forward of all time. But I can't wait to hear about the story and all that. Both are phenomenal players. Play, you know, amazing basketball throughout their careers and everything. LeBron's still going. It's amazing how he played over 20 seasons and still is playing at a high level. It's just phenomenal. Shout out to LeBron James. Larry Bird, we don't even have to make a discussion. One of the greatest players of all time. IQ for the game is just unreal. Could shoot the ball. Could play defense too as well. And he wants to win, make his teammates better. And man, I mean, you could just go on and on about Larry Bird. But let's go ahead and get into this video. I'm very excited to see what they talk about. Let me know in the comments of the better small forward and also what you want me to react to next.
In the book titled When the Game Was Ours, written by Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan shared his 100% honest opinion about Larry Bird. He said, "People ask me all the time who my top 5 players are. And when I start saying Larry, they interrupt me. They say, you gotta be kidding me. He can't play with LeBron James."
Wow.
I tell them, you guys don't get it.
Yo, and Michael even said to himself that Larry Bird's the only person he did not get. He got him when he was a coach, but as a player, he could not get Larry Bird. So, you know, Michael Jordan's still a little, like, salty about it, but yeah, I mean, you see at the beginning how like people just be like, man, Larry Bird, really? Man, y'all don't know, man. Y'all just don't know.
Larry is far better than any small forward who played the game. Now, the lazy person would chalk that statement up to Michael Jordan being a LeBron hater.
He's not even looking.
Yeah, right.
I was thinking the same thing. Michael Jordan's a little left of that Charlotte bench. I think that was a look at Michael like. I think you're right. I think that's exactly what he was looking right at him.
But not too long ago, this was common knowledge.
If you give me both these guys and you say you can start your team with either Larry Bird or LeBron James, I'm taking Larry Bird and I'm taking my chances. Thank you very much.
Think of Michael.
Larry Bird was the baddest son of a gun on the planet. In a league with Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Dr. J. He was the best player in the world when the NBA was at a greater level. It ain't the same NBA. This sucker won 3 straight MVPs.
Let me ask you this. Would Larry Bird be the best player in the world right now?
I believe he would.
Oh, he'd be better than Kevin Durant.
I believe he would. Yeah,
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. Okay,
Larry Bird, if his back didn't give out on him, if he didn't have surgery, if his body didn't fail him, we're having a whole different conversation about Larry Legend.
Okay, Michael.
Sorry. He had it all.
So, Larry Bird or LeBron James? And for the record, if you ask me who I'd take over 20 years, I'd take LeBron. But if you ask me who I'd take for 1 season, it gets very interesting.
Yes, it does.
Because I'd take a 1986 Larry Bird season over any single season performance from any player that ever lived. And if you ask me who I'd take for 1 game, or better yet, 1 shot, well,
you mean Larry Bird?
I'll let someone who actually lived through the Bird era tell you what they think.
Nice.
All I know is 1 game from my life, I want Larry Joe Bird taking my last shot. That guy from French Lick, Indiana. Game on the line, free throw, 3, jump shot, whatever it was. I'll take Larry Bird any day or any night over especially LeBron James.
I mean, Skip Bayless, I mean, he's a LeBron hater though. Like, give me somebody that's like, you know, at least fail with the, You know, Skip's a LeBron hater and everything. Look, I would take Larry Joe Bird any day of the week in terms of who's going to take the last shot. You know, even Isaiah Thomas said, like, Bo will walk out of there by the end of the day. If you put him Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas in that room, he said Larry Bird would get out of there at the end of the day. So you know what he means by that. So.
Now, if you're still a Larry Legend denier, I'm about to tell you how one shot changed the course of history, helped rewrite the narrative of an entire generation, and almost made Larry Bird the undisputed greatest of all time. Time and time again, Larry Bird came up in the biggest situations.
Max looking, loops it to Bird, a runner.
Wow.
It's good! It's good! And the Celtics win it! Bird hits and the Celtics win it!
A-Trash talk too. He's like, told you so, I'm gonna hit it and go home.
At the age to inbounds for the Celtics, trailing by 1, 2 seconds left. In the Bird, he fires.
Wow.
And the Celtics win! Unbelievable! Larry Bird at the buzzer!
So in the 1987 NBA Finals versus the Lakers, when Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics were trying to repeat as NBA champions, Celtic Nation came to expect it. And in Game 4 at the Boston Garden, with the Celtics down 2-1 in the series, the game came down to the wire.
Boston 4, LA 2.
Wow. When Larry Bird's hot, you can't stop him.
Boston. 5 now, and they almost tied up Harris, and they lose it. Cooper. It's a 3-on-3 break. Cooper with a 3. And hits it with a minute and a half to go. A long time ago. Kareem does it at the Lakers.
Like, man.
Jumping for
All
joy,
right.
and they lead it 104-103, and another timeout called by Casey Jones.
And coming out of a timeout, Larry Bird, as confident as ever, tells his defender James Worthy exactly what he's going to do.
Yes.
He would come out of a timeout. I remember this one time. You might have heard this before because he did with a lot of people. I had to guard him. You know the player's coming, but he would tell you what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
With DJ Hamlin, McHale's going to set up a pick for Robert. That's only to free him up to come and set a pick for me. And he says, if you trail, I'm going to trail into the lane, shoot a little floater. He said, if you try to get over the top, he said, I'm going to pop to that corner and bust a jumper in your fucking face. I'm like, fuck you. I'm all up on it. You know, I got his shirt tail. I'm holding it. You know, I'm like, you know where I'm from. I'm from Gastonia. I'm like, he ain't talking. Sure enough, man. The ball comes in. DJ takes a couple of dribbles. I'm quick. I'm quick enough. I think I can get over the top. I get over the top. I get out there, but he pops to the corner and I'm running. He kind of waiting, you know. Waiting.
He was waiting for it.
He was an asshole.
Bird goes to 3.
That was a baby hook shot that Magic hit too, so.
Lakers call time with 12 seconds left. Larry Bird with a big 3-point bomb has given the Celtics the lead.
With the Celtics up by 2, Kareem comes down and gets fouled with 8 seconds left. He makes the first and misses the second.
Yep.
And it's Lakers ball with 7 seconds to go.
One Celtic rebound could have sealed this game, but the ball goes out of bounds and the Lakers get the possession. And with 7 seconds to go, the Lakers still had life. Just 3 years earlier, in the 1984 Finals versus the Celtics, Magic Johnson choked in a similar situation, earning the nickname Tragic Johnson.
Yep.
But this time, he was ready.
My man switched to Kareem, and Kevin McHale jumped out to me. As soon
Broken
as I saw
foot,
Kevin,
too.
I said, oh, I'm taking it.
You know, Magic puts it on the floor, a couple head and shoulder fakes, he raised up in the air, and there was nobody that was going to get that shot.
Down by 1, with 2 seconds on the clock, Larry Bird and the Celtics find themselves in a situation they've been in many times before.
Johnson on the inbound. Bird fires it.
Freeze. What do you think happened? Now let's give this shot some context. For 2 years straight, the Boston Celtics had the greatest home court advantage of all time. The prior year, in 1986, the Celtics finished with a regular season record of 40-1. This record still stands as the best regular season home record ever. Yes,
Crazy.
better than Michael Jordan's 96 Bulls and better than Steph Curry's 2016 or 2017 Golden State Warriors. And if you include the playoffs, they were 50-1 at home. So for everyone who thinks the 96 Bulls and the 2017 Warriors are the two
The
best
86
teams of
Celtics
all
one of
time,
the best teams of all time.
at home,
Top
Larry
5.
Bird's 1986 Celtics were better. Let that sink in.
Someone asked me the other day, they said, "It's the toughest arena you had to play in." And I said, Garden, Boston. I said, they were almost impossible to go in there and beat because you could not make a mistake with them. Those guys made you play, and it was him. Like, he was like he was a savant on the court. Like, just a savant. Like, 2 plays ahead on everything. And so, please, let's not forget how hard it was to go into Boston and be the team when Bird is in his prime.
Unfortunately, the Celtics fell off that following year in 1987. They were 39-2 at home.
Still
So
amazing.
including the playoffs, for the last 2 years, the Celtics were 99-4
Wow.
at the Boston Garden
Wow.
up until that shot by Bird. This means, statistically, there was a 96% chance that that potential game-winning shot by Bird was going in. Now, what do you think happened?
Well, they set up a great play.
I know what happened. I'm gonna let y'all think
Walked
about
Birdie all the way
it.
up, forced the denial all the way up.
Everybody was scared too.
We've done it before. Clear everybody out, go to the ball, break the corner.
Max looking, loops it to Bird. 2 seconds left. In the Bird, he fires. Yes! And the Celtics win! Bird, a runner. It's good! It's good! And the Celtics win it!
Listen on the inbound. Bird fires it.
He caught it here, and as he caught it, all he had to do was turn. He just turned, and he just let this thing go.
Bird fires it.
Got a wide open look, couldn't believe it. And I'm standing right there, it is straight as an arrow.
And the Lakers have won, and Pat Riley has the
Close.
Lakers stands off the court.
And we're lucky, because it was right on line. He looked at me like, how did you ever leave me that wide open? You gotta be kidding me. Changed the whole series.
Every time I watch that shot, I still think it's going in. Larry thought it was going in. Magic thought it was going in. Pat Riley thought it was going in. If Larry Bird took that exact same shot in that exact same situation 10 times, he'd probably hit 9 of them.
Yep.
And if Larry Bird hits that shot, then the series is tied 2-2. And with the next game at the Boston Garden, there's no way you can convince me that this Celtic team, with the greatest home court advantage of all time, led by one of the most clutch players in NBA history, doesn't win that next home game. So instead of being down 3-2 going back to LA and losing those NBA finals, the Celtics would have been up 3-2. And with all of that momentum on the Celtics side, all they needed to do was win one game in LA to give Larry Bird his 4th title, add another Finals MVP to his collection, become the first team to win back-to-back titles since Bill Russell with the Celtics in the 60s, and silence all doubt on who won the Bird versus Magic rivalry. One shot could have changed everything, and the conversation about the greatest player of all time would have been very different.
Larry Bird at his best, LeBron James at his best.
Oh, I gotta go with Larry Joe. I gotta go with Larry Joe.
You take Larry Joe.
Larry Joe.
For the win.
For the win.
When Reggie Miller said that, it was headline news the next day because the media fawns over LeBron James more than ever. But to many Larry Legend truthers, it wasn't a surprise at all.
Skip, Reggie would take Bird over LeBron. Do you concur, my friend?
I do concur. In a hypothetical draft, would I take him over LeBron James to start my franchise? Yes, I would. And I don't think it's even close.
Now you would think that Skip Bayless, as the ultimate contrarian, would be challenged by his co-host for such an opinion. However, this is one of the rare things that they 100% agreed on.
You know, in terms of leadership, in terms of clutch, in terms of shooting ability, and overall championship credentials, not just trophies, but a mentality, Larry Bird gets the nod over LeBron James.
I'm guessing that right now about 80% of our viewing audience does not agree with either one of us.
Well, all that means is that they don't know anybody.
They don't know.
I would love to pick LeBron, but in terms of clutch, money time, there's no contest. He's not even in Larry Bird's class. Not even close.
It's not even close. If you like stats, here's Larry Bird versus LeBron James.
Oh yeah, they argue about this one too.
Both are at the age of 30. Larry Bird averages more points, more rebounds, more assists, and has a higher field goal percentage. So when someone asks you, what is Larry Bird better at than LeBron? You can say, pretty much everything.
Hold on, is he ahead of Larry Bird?
No.
No! What was Bird better at?
Bird's a better shooter. It's not close. I think Bird is as good or better as a passer, a much more fluid, much more natural passer than LeBron James, a creative passer. LeBron James, for a superstar, he's as good a passer as anyone outside of maybe Magic and Bird. Bird was a better passer. Bird's a better rebounder. The fact is that Larry Bird didn't stay healthy, and the fact is that basketball is played so differently now. When it comes down to the end of a game in a championship series, I would rather have Larry Bird have the basketball.
Well, duh. Is there any way on earth you would take LeBron James over Larry Bird in the clutch?
There's no way on earth that I'd pick him over Larry Bird in the clutch. I can tell you that much. Larry Bird was not just a superior shooter from anywhere on the court, just like you highlighted. Not only was he a near 90% shooter from the free throw line, which LeBron could never brag about, but when you talk about money time, whether it's a particular juncture in the season where you're trying to position yourself for the playoffs, or you're talking about the last minutes of a game, or you're talking about the last shot in a game, or you're talking about a game 7, or you're talking about anything that indicates clutch, you simply can't pick LeBron over Larry Bird because you can pick almost no one in NBA history over Larry Bird. When it was money time, you knew where the ball was going, and you also knew there was little to nothing that you could do about it. It was just a matter of whether or not Larry Bird was going to make it or miss it.
But even despite all of those numbers, to those who actually saw Larry Bird play, the eye test is all they need.
Yep.
I know there are other numbers that will support you on LeBron. I may lose this, but you know what? I'm going with these, all 4 of them. And I'll watch that dude dominate an era that has some of the greatest players of all time playing. But this isn't a diss on LeBron. I'm not dissing LeBron. I love LeBron. We both love LeBron. Everybody appreciates how great he was. But as time passes, it's easy to forget how great Larry Bird was.
So all of that said, right here, right now, Larry Bird remains the greatest small forward ever, period, end of story.
All right, shout out to Prime Larry Bird for the video and everything. I mean, shoot, you could go back and forth in terms of who's the better small forward, who's the greatest small forward of all time. Is it LeBron? Is it Larry Bird? I mean, you can go by stats like age 30. You can go by championships. You can go by playoff success. You could go by home court advantage. You could go by anything, you know. One thing I wish that I would have saw with Larry Bird, if he could have just stayed healthy. If he could have stayed healthy and played in a remarkable 20 years in the NBA, who knows what them stats is going to be like. We don't even know how many championships he's going to be if he would have had like a 20-year career. You know, LeBron, that's the thing about LeBron. And there ain't no hating on LeBron at all. Like, LeBron's phenomenal. And just the way he is, his longevity is just unbelievable. You know, still playing at a high level, and, you know, one of the most brilliant basketball players of all time in terms of IQ. You know, Larry Bird had IQ too as well. You can debate about who's the better passer between LeBron and Larry Bird. I mean, obviously you can't really debate about better shooter because Larry Bird is a much better shooter. And even though LeBron is like one of the top, you know, clutch players of all time based on the clutch percentage that he makes shots, I mean, I still wouldn't take him over Larry Bird because Larry Bird will make shots. I mean, he'd get double teamed and still make the shot. Like, he was just unbelievable, and the killer instinct was just there with Larry Bird. And people that never saw Larry Bird play, like the young generation, you need to go on YouTube. You better look at some mixtape. You better look at highlights of Larry Bird, because you're going to be like, wow. I was like, this dude is phenomenal. You got to watch him. So, but great video from Prime Larry Bird. Definitely comment down below and tell me who's the better small forward, who's the greatest small forward of all time between Larry Bird and LeBron James. Shout out to both of them, both legends. Make sure you subscribe to This Is JP for more basketball content, reaction videos. Click the notification bell. You know what our next upload is on the road to 40K. Let's make sure you rack up the likes too as well. Let me know what you want me to react to next. I'm JP, and we out of here. Peace.